Alright, so we're going to be setting up TrueNAS 12 on a USB stick for installing into an old home theater PC. If you want to see the video of setting up that home theater PC, I've just added a SSD to it as the data disk alongside the 128 gig OS disk. So what I've done is I've gone to TrueNAS and downloaded the ISO. So if you just go to TrueNAS.com, click on download up here. Select no thanks unless you want to give your email or log in with one of these connections. I just say skip. And we want to get TrueNAS Core 12.0 at this time. This is the early 2021. U.21 is the latest version. Okay, so we will download that. Click OK. And wait for it to download. Check up here. It is about 900 megabytes. I already have this, so we're just going to cancel that. I also downloaded a utility called Rufus. This allows us to put the ISO onto a USB thumb drive. So there's my USB thumb drive. We'll select our TrueNAS ISO and we will select start. Yes, everything's going to be destroyed. Yes, I don't care about multiple partitions. This USB used to be a Linux operating system that I no longer need. So we will wait for this to write to the USB thumb drive. Okay, this is completed. Click on close and we will pull our USB drive and we will put it into our machine that we prepared earlier. And we will boot that. Okay, so from here, we will select 1 to boot to the TrueNAS installer. We're going to select 1 for install. Yes, we know this machine only has 4 gigs of RAM, which should be fine. Okay, so we're going to select the smaller disk for the operating system, the TrueNAS operating system. The second disk is going to be the data disk. It will also be mirrored. We have another Kingston A400 drive coming tomorrow that we will mirror this. Okay, so we'll do fresh install. So it looks like there was a previous install of TrueNAS on here. I believe it was just an older version. So we're not going to use that. What we're going to do is instead of upgrading install, we're going to do a fresh install. Okay, this is just asking if we want a new boot environment. Yes, we are going to format this boot completely. And we will proceed. Okay, we're going to enter a password here. Don't look. Okay. We'll say UEFI. Create swap, sure. We don't have a swap on a separate disk, so we will use the OS disk for that. Okay, our TrueNAS has been installed. We will pull out the USB stick and and you'll see that pop up on the screen. We'll hit OK, and we will shut down the system. Okay, once we reboot, we can see here that we have, instead of booting TrueNAS installer, we have boot TrueNAS, serial console, so on. We have a bunch of options. We're just going to go with number 1. Okay, so we can go to the address that our machine indicated to us. Okay, this is the new TrueNAS 12 interface. Pretty slick looking. We can see our Ethernet is connected. We have 4 gigs of memory. Our CPU is not used. We're going to want to create some accounts for this pool that is not root. Okay, I'm just going to add an administrator user. They will have Samba authentication. Now we have an administrator user that we can use to connect to our Samba share. I'll have to take a look at storage. See our disks here. So this is our 240 gigabyte SSD that we just installed in the previous video. We will be getting a new one, and once we get that new one, we will put that in and we will create a mirror out of this. So let's go ahead and create a pool with that one disk. So we will just name it data. It will be the one disk. And we can see here a striped VDEV is highly encouraged. We know we will get that disk as soon as we can, and we will add it. Right now we're going to force it. It's not recommended. Confirm. We'll create the pool. So once our pool has been created, and click here, we'll click on Add Dataset. We're just going to name it the same thing. And we will leave all of this stuff the same. At this point, there is no changes that need to be done for me, so we will click on Create. So now we have our data set. We will need this in order to add the ACLs to allow our users that we create and add to SMB to read and put files into the Samba share. So you'll see here, we're going to go to Edit Permissions. If we didn't create the data set, we couldn't edit permissions. So we need to go to Edit Permission. We'll leave this as is, and we're just going to go to Use ACL Manager. We're going to do a restricted ACL option, which is just a preset that is provided by TrueNAS. Okay, so the owner, which is going to be root, and the group, which is going to be wheel, which is sudo, they have full control. We're going to add an ACL item. Who is going to be a group. The group is going to be the administrator group, not specifically the administrator user, because we want to add other users to the administrator group later on if there's multiple users that want to have full access to this. So we can add users later on. We could go to accounts over here, go to groups, and create a new group. In fact, let's do that. Let's say NAS admins, NAS admins. Okay, they can do Samba authentication. Yes, so submit. Okay, so instead of doing administrators, we will do NAS admins. The administrator we will add to NAS admins. If we can find it. Oops. Sorry, we'll go to NAS admins. We'll do members, and we will add administrator to NAS admins. Now we can go back to our storage, pools, our data set, edit permissions, use ACL, restricted, add an ACL group, the group we just created, NAS admins, down here at the bottom. Okay, allow permission type basic. Yeah, permissions is going to be a full control. Flags basic. Current data set. Yep. We don't want to do child data sets. We don't have any. We will save. Now that we've created that access on the data set, for instance, if we SSH'd into this machine with the administrator user, they would be able to access that data that isn't necessarily over the Samba protocol or SMB service. Now we can go to Windows sharing. So we will add our share. We'll go to the path, and we can see here it says ACL. We can select that. We can look at the advanced options. There's nothing that we need here unless you want to enable guest access. We don't need that. And then in the purpose, you can select if you want Apple file share or NFS v3. We don't have any Macs and we don't need NFS, so we're just going to leave it on the default. Submit. It'll ask us to enable the service. Let's enable it. And there we have it. So you can see here, if we want to edit the file system ACL, that will take us to where we were editing it before under storage. And we can edit the share. This one is just everyone allowed. And basically that's going to coincide with everyone's allowed to access this SMB share. And our permissions are controlled through the storage pool dataset ACLs. So we can grab our File Explorer and Windows, // go to our IP address. It'll ask for our credentials. And there is our data share. And we can see if we can drop a file on here. We'll just put the TrueNAS ISO. And there we have it. Pretty quick. Just over a gigabit Ethernet. Let's see if we can rename a file. We can rename it, and let's see if we can delete a file. Delete. We can delete it. So our TrueNAS SMB file share is set up. In the next video, we will be adding a disk to the dataset or the pool in a mirrored VDEV. I'll see you in the next video.